Dr. Tom Osborne has assembled a resume in the course of his lifetime that very few people can contend with. His integrity and his core values are evident in everything that he puts his time into and the programs that he's associated with. Although his greatest contributions, I believe, have come off the field in his academic accomplishments of his students, athletes, and also his teammates mentoring program. I'd like to impress upon you today the importance of some of the amazing accomplishments of this great man in multiple arenas, in athletics, politics, community involvement, that are truly an inspiration to those that know him, to those that know of him. I'd like to start by highlighting a few of his accomplishments on the field. He spent 25 years as a head football coach in Nebraska, starting in 1973. During that time, he amassed some truly astounding statistics. He had a record of 255 wins, 49 losses, and 3 ties, for a winning percentage of 84%. And his 255 wins ranked him 6th all-time in wins by an NCAA football coach. During that time, he won at least 9 games in all 25 years he was head coach, and went to a bowl game every single one of those years. Won 13 conference titles and 3 national championships in the mid to late 90s. Osborne was inducted into the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame in 1998, and was actually one of only 3 coaches in history that they chose to waive the mandatory 3-year waiting period so they could induct him immediately upon his retirement. Now, we've talked about how he inspired his athletes to be successful on the field. He also inspired his athletes to achieve amazing academic success in the classroom through his motivation and the work ethic that he instilled in these young men. Players had impressive academic statistics that rivaled their on-field achievements. His program consistently had a 10 to 20% higher graduation rate than the national average of other NCAA Division I programs. Tom Osborne, in his 25 years, had more academic All-Americans than any other football program had amassed in their entire history of their program, with 65 academic All-Americans. When Osborne would visit recruits, he would downplay the thought or prospect of a professional football career because he knew the likelihood of that was doubtful. He was very blunt with his recruits, and sometimes that was a bit off-putting for them. But the parents were listening, and the parents knew that he had the student's best interest at heart, not always the football player. According to a 1997 article, Tom Osborne scored in the classroom as well by Gail Russer-Chaddock in the Christian Science Monitor. He told recruits to use football as an opportunity to get an education. Don't look at school as an opportunity to play football. He always had the interest of his student athletes at heart because his football program was really more of a family than a team. The students were first, football players were second, and Osborne made sure that these young men never forgot that. Now that we've looked at his success as a coach, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of his other pretty impressive accomplishments. After retirement in 1998, he represented Nebraska as a United States Congressman for 6 years, for 3 terms, from 2000 to 2006. In 2007, he was called back to the university to save a withering athletic program to be called back as athletic director that he just recently retired from. Also, while he was at the university, he served as a senior lecturer in the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Business Administration and spoke most often about business ethics. So we've covered his impressive athletic, his political, and his administrative successes. And I'd like to take a look now at his community involvement and what I truly believe will be his lasting legacy. His greatest accomplishment is actually with his wife Nancy in their creation of the Teammates Mentoring Program. According to Mazzola and Penzinger, in their interview of Tom Osborne for coach and athletic director, Tom Osborne and his wife created the Teammates Mentoring Program in 1991. There were 22 football players that first year that participated in the Teammates Mentoring Program. Their goal was to help troubled youth in junior high find solid role models, much like Tom Osborne had been a solid role model for his players for all those years. Their focus was to encourage youth to develop good character, community involvement, and confidence that would help them graduate high school and pursue college. Today, there are roughly 7,000 students, 7,000 young people between Nebraska and Iowa that are being mentored in the Teammates Mentoring Program. Many local businesses right here in Lincoln help support the mentoring program. My employer, Nelnet, is one of those community partners that helps support teammates. Nelnet organizes volunteer drives, and we also contribute substantially, financially, to the program. My team leader, Karen, has been in the program as a mentor for 2 years, and that hour a week that she spends with her mentee is some of the most satisfying time of her week. It's taught her that a stable and supportive home life and stable role model is something that many people take for granted. The Osbornes and everyone involved in the Teammates program want to give that support and stability to every young person so they can realize their potential. As I've shown, not many people can compete with the resume that Tom Osborne has built over the course of his lifetime. His integrity and the care that he carries himself with and the core values are evident in his daily life and the programs that he's involved with. His legacy of commitment to youth, community, faith, and greatness, both academically and athletically, are an inspiration to everyone. And every day he lives the mission of his Teammates Mentoring Program, found on their website, to positively impact the world by inspiring youth to reach their full potential.